Clinton Jaws, please like this video. It's the only thing I care about. Kid Rock, he actually did it. Bill Maher. Maher? Bill Maher? What the hell is it? I don't even know. So I'm going to start this video. I'm not even going to edit that out. He made them meet. Bill has been roasting Trump for how many years, and he actually did this. And I'm going to tell you how it went. Trump has dinner with Dana White, Kid Rock, and Bill Maher. This is how Kid Rock did it. He goes on Bill's podcast and tells Bill this.
I'm confident you guys would sit down and have a good time.
Everybody tells that to me. Everybody says you'd like him, and he'd like you. I hope he does.
He told me one time. I told him last time I was coming to do the podcast, and so I said I'm going to do Bill Maher's podcast. He's like, really? He's like, tell him I love him.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
wow.
Yeah, right. What? I tell him I love him. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
See, this could be you and President Trump's story.
What?
This could be you and President Trump's story. We're older, we're wiser, we've gone through a lot of things differently in politics, come to a spot where, like, I guarantee you guys could sit down and be like, you would see what I see. No, you would see what I know in this man and be like,
I do already.
Motherfucker's cool. And he might, no, I'm sure he would do the same.
I do already. And I've given him, like, there are moments when I see why people love him so much, and I even like him a lot because...
Do you feel like you ever have to double down?
No.
Because of your TV show, because of this, that, and the other?
No, sir.
Would you consider me a friend at this point?
Absolutely.
I would consider you one, too.
Absolutely.
And I know this... And imagine if this can happen between you and President Trump. Right? When you want to set a precedent for people coming together, bringing this country together. If you guys sit down and be like, like you did this, and just have a conversation.
Okay, but Bob, it is a little different because we're friends who don't have that kind of power. He has a lot of power about how things actually are done in this country. So
you might be able to influence that by being a friend of his.
I would love that.
You don't have to go suck his
I won't.
No, I know you won't. But I guarantee, and by the way, but you guys doing that could set a huge precedent for the world.
Bring me to the White House with you.
I'll ask him.
I'll fly to Nashville. We'll go out the night before.
You'll get on Air One. That's my jet.
I'll fly to Nashville. We'll go out the night before and do something completely unpresidential. And then we'll fly to Washington the next day, and you'll bring me to meet President Trump. And then I'll be in Guantanamo Bay. That's right. We got him. Well, he's here.
And that's what happened. They met. They had drinks. Trump didn't drink. They had dinner. And here's Kid Rock talking about it. This guy on Fox can't stop pissing himself laughing.
President Trump was joined at the White House by Kid Rock when Trump signed an executive order targeting ticket scalpers. And now look who's here on this program now. The man, Kid Rock himself. Sir, we're going to get into ticket prices in a second, but first, I want to hear about your dinner with the president. What did you, Bill Maher, and Dana White and the president talk about?
You know, it went so well. We talked about a lot of things that we had in common, which Bill Maher is a big, supporter of Trump's stance on the border, of ending wokeism. The president even asked him about policy, like what he thought with Iran getting a nuclear weapon and how Israel should react. Bill's a big supporter of Israel. We broke bread and talked about things we had in common, and it could not have been more cordial, more nice. I think everyone was so pleasantly surprised. I mean, it was so nice to have my friend Dana White there, and Dana goes, he told me, he goes, Bob, you did the right thing here. This was a good thing. Because everyone was a little suspect about it. Even the president had called me a few days ago. He goes, what the hell you got me doing here? And I'm like, we're just trying to break bread with some of our biggest critics and say, like, hey, it's okay to talk to one another. We can maybe bring a little bit of civility back to this country for reasonable people.
How do you maintain a friendship with Bill Maher? Because you're very different on politics, I think.
Yeah, we've 30 years ago when he had his show Politically Incorrect, it was the first TV show I'd really ever done early in my career. And it's not like we stayed best friends through that, but, he's had me on his podcast and on his TV show, and I'm like, man, this is good to go. It's easy for me to go on Fox News. Everyone's so friendly and so nice. And we kind of align with our thoughts and ideas. But I kind of like going into the lion's den a little bit and talking to people who differ than me and seeing, where we can connect on things and just just try to be a little more civil. I've been one of the most polarizing figures out there. I know that, but I'm like, hey, maybe we can just try to be a little nicer to each other. What the hell? That dinner was awesome. It was weirdly so awesome that just to see, I mean, the president and Bill could not have been more engaged and just had such a nice conversation. And then one point I will make is Bill, has obviously been a big supporter of so many, of the left, supporting, Clinton and Kamala and Barack and everyone. And he had never been to the White House. And the president took us up to the private residence, and we were showing Bill the Gettysburg Address in the Lincoln bedroom. And I was like, "You've never been here?" And Bill was like, "No." And I was like, "Can you believe you're here with President Trump showing you around?" And he was like, everybody just knew it was a special, hopefully it's a special moment. It sets an example. I never anticipated on trying to set a positive example in this country for something like this, but the Lord works in mysterious ways, and Pastor Paul had prayed over me before I went to the Oval Office, and it was just, man, it was one of the neatest days of my life, I will say.
Kid Rock, thank you very much for being on the show. Real pleasure. Don't be a stranger.
I love your show, Varney.
Oh, I died and went to heaven. Kid Rock, you're all right. Thank you very much indeed, sir. We
You're
appreciate
all
it,
right,
and we hope
Kid
to see you
Rock.
again soon. That's a lot. That's great.
Yeah, I know I can't do that accent. He used to be in the White House. That's it, guys. Short clip. I got a kick out of it. And I can't wait to hear what Bill Maher has to say about it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
What's that?